Hi guys, welcome to my mom's kitchen in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, right outside of Philadelphia. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's start again. Where Jeff and I have been spending our quarantine for the past 3 weeks. We've been seeing a lot of our friends post some really fun videos about cocktail creation and different recipes, and so we wanted to contribute to that conversation and maybe show you some tricks and some tips that might make your cocktails a bit more exciting at home. We've been making a lot of a cocktail near and dear to my heart called an Americano. But we've been making little tiny twists on it just because why not? It's fun to be creative. Tip number 1. It is very important when making cocktails for anyone to always have a cocktail of your own ready. So cheers. All right, let's get started. Orange bitter, sweet vermouth, Contratto bitter, Tanqueray gin, soda water. I totally forgot a little ingredient in the cocktail that I think makes it freaking amazing. Just a little bit of Cointreau. I'll add that at the end, but I totally messed up, sorry. Anything else tool-wise? Just a rocks glass, and if you have one, awesome, a jigger. So since we're doing it for more of a common household items approach, so we're actually also going to give you measurements for some measuring spoons. You might not have all of these things specifically. Orange bitter wise, I like using it, but I honestly think that any bitter could work. When it comes to the sweet vermouth, you can use any brand of sweet vermouth. Contratto bitter is a specific red bitter, just like Campari or Aperol, but you can use any of those as well. Also Tanqueray, I really like Tanqueray because I think it's great in any classic cocktail. And then this is Costco soda water because Costco is the shit. We're gonna get some ice. That's a good amount of ice. I think I filled it like 3/4 of the way. Tip number 2. Ice and water are so important in a cocktail. Contrary to popular belief, ice is not just there to make the cocktail cold, although that is part of it. And it is not just there for bartenders to screw you out of alcohol. It's actually there to cause a little bit of dilution, which then actually balances out the cocktail. If you think about a Scotch drinker who asks for water on the side, that little bit of water brings down the alcohol a little bit and brings up aromas and flavors that you wouldn't normally get. Just like wine begs for air, if you're gonna air out a glass of wine. So there are 3 main different ways to make a cocktail. You can shake it, you can stir it, or you can build it on the rocks. Now, we're building it on the rocks because Americanos classically are built on the rocks. It's also just easier. That brings us to tip number 3. We're going to build this cocktail with the least expensive product first to the most expensive. That is literally just because if you mess it up, you dump it out and it's easy and inexpensive. All right, so let's get started with this cocktail. Ingredient number 1 is orange bitters. Yes, I say orange. I like them because it's going to add a little bit of a citrus quality to it and a little bit of bitterness, but bitters aren't supposed to contribute a whole lot of flavor. They're there mostly for aromatics, so no stress. If you don't have bitters, cool. If you have other bitters, play with them. It might be really good. We're not gonna add a lot, but I'm gonna do about 3 dashes of those. Next is your sweet vermouth. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons. Cool. Next, we're doing our bitter liqueur. This is a really cool product. It's flavored with beets and carrots, and honestly a bit more complex and herbaceous. 1 ounce of this, or 2 tablespoons. And we're gonna do this big jug. It does have a nice citrusy quality to it. Very affordable and delicious. That brings us to tip number 4. This is a little bartender trick that I've learned over the years. It seems like one of those things that only bartenders would know, but if you cook, you'll also understand the like mechanics behind it. I like putting salt in cocktails. You're not going for like the salinity aspect. You're not trying to make it a savory cocktail. Just the tiniest little bit.
That might even be too much, is a pinch of salt.
Right in there. Now that you used your salt, we want to incorporate all the flavors. So I just do, instead of using a bar spoon and stirring and worrying about all of that technique, I just kind of fold it over. And then we're going to add our soda water. It's just a little bit, enough to not spill the drink when you carry it, but then another fold. Now folding it is going to keep you from losing all the bubbles for the soda water. Lastly, we want it to look really pretty. So we don't have oranges. I think that orange is the best and it's classic for a Negroni or an Americano. Lemon also works really, really well. But I have a Clementine. I made a mess because Clementines are messy. We're going to express this. That is basically just taking any of the oils that are on this rind of the citrus and putting it over top. Add it for aromatics. Some people wipe it on the end of the glass. Not needed. And then you just put it on top and make it look nice. And that, my friends, is your cocktail. Cheers. That way, it just encompasses all the different flavors.
Incorporates.
Wrong word.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty much implement. Is implement the right word?
Yeah.
Okay. You're supposed to throw the rest over your shoulder because that's good luck. Hold on, I can't pour
We
it.
screwed up filming of the cocktail, and case in point, Kate has to dump this. But we used the cheapest ingredients first.
We can drink it.
We're gonna start again. I hope you can hear him jumping behind the camera. That was bad. I hear Jeff chewing right now. Eating a cheese stick.